1. Food. Where does it come from? What did you eat at home today? Find out what your friend ate today. Did you eat the same kind of food yesterday and today? We all eat different kinds of food at different times, is not it? Food variety. Activity 1. Ask your friend in the school about the items they would be eating during a day. See if you can also get this information from friends staying in different states of India. List of all the items in your notebook as given in table 1.1 for as many friends as possible. Table 1.1. What do we eat? Name of the student or friend, food items eaten in a day. Comment this. Different food items. There seems to be so much variety in the food that we eat. What are these food items made of? Think about the cooked at home. Rice cooked at home, we take raw rice and boil it in water. Just two materials or ingredients are needed to prepare a dish of boiled rice. On the other hand, some food items are made with many ingredients. To prepare vegetable curry, we need different kinds of vegetable, salt, spices, oil, and so on. Next, activity 2. Choose some of the items you listed in table 1.1 and try to find out what ingredients are used to prepare this. By discussing with your friends and elders at home, list them in table 1.2. Some examples are given here. Add some more items to this list. Table 1.2. Food in items and their ingredients. Food items, ingredients. Roti or chapati, atta, water. Dal, ingredients, pulses, water, salt, oil, ghee, and spices. Okay, next. What do we find? Do we find some ingredients common for different food items? Discuss in class. So where do these ingredients come from? Next, 1.2. Food materials and sources. It may be easy for us to guess the sources of some of the ingredients that we listed in table 1.2. Fruits and vegetables, for instance, where do they come from? Plants, of course. What are the sources of rice or wheat? You may have seen paddy or wheat field with rows and rows of plants, which give us this grain. And then there are food items like milks, eggs, and meat, which come from animals. Plant sources, animal sources, sources of food ingredients. Next, activity 3. Let us take the food items listed earlier and try to find out where they come from, the ingredients and their sources. Some examples are shown in table 1.3. Fill in the blanks in table 1.3 and add more examples to this list. Sources of food grains. A paddy field, be wheat grain transported. Table 1.3. Ingredients used to prepare food items and their sources. Food item, ingredients, and sources. Idli, rice, urad dal, salt, water. Ingredients, sources, plant. Chicken curry, ingredients, chicken, spices, oil or ghee, water. Sources, animals. plants or animals? Kheer. Ingredients: milk, rice, and sugar. And sources: animals. This is plant. Okay, next. What do we conclude from activity 3? Plants are the sources of food ingredients like grains, cereals, vegetables, and fruit. Animals provide us with milk, meat, products, and eggs. Cows, goats, and buffaloes are some common animals which give us milk. Milk and milk products like butter, cream, cheese, and curd are used all over the world. Can you name some other animals which give us milk? Plant parts and animals. Products as food. Plants are one sources of our food. Which parts of a plant? We eat many leafy vegetables. We eat fruits of some plant, sometimes roots, sometimes stems, even flowers. Have you ever eaten pumpkin? Flowers dipped in rice paste and fried? Try it. Some plants have two or more eatable parts. Seeds of mustard plant give us oil and their leaves are used as a vegetable. Can you think of the different parts of a banana plant that are used as food? Think of more examples where two or more parts of a single plant are used as food. Different edible parts of plants. The flower, fruit, stem, leaf, node, internode, bud. This is the shoot system, and primary root, secondary root. This is the root system. Paheli wants to know if any of our food comes from sources other than plants and animals. Plants parts as food. Food item with plant as the major sources, ingredients or sources, plant part which gives us the ingredient. Brinjal curry. Ingredients: brinjal, chili as spices, any other, oil from groundnut, mustard, soybean, and other plant. This is source of fruit, this is seed. Next 2 and 3, comment this. Do not try to taste unknown plant around you to see if they are edible. Some plants could be poisonous. Next, activity 4. From all the food items you have listed in table 1.3, choose those items whose ingredients are obtained from plants. Which part of a plant? Identify this and list the food items and plant parts as shown in table 1.4. Activity 5. Take some dried seeds of moong or chana. Put a small quantity of seed in a container filled with water and leave this aside for a day. Next day, drain the water completely and leave the seed in the vessel. Wrap them with a piece of wet cloth and set aside. The following day, do you observe any changes in the seeds? Whole moong and its sprout. A small white structure may have grown out of seeds. If so, the seeds have sprouted. If not, wash the seeds in water, drain the water and leave them aside for another day. Chana, gram and its sprout. Covered with a wet cloth, the next day see if the seeds have sprouted. After washing these sprouted seeds, you can eat them. They can also be boiled and some spices and get a tasty snack to eat. Do you know where honey comes from or how it is produced? Have you seen a beehive where so many bees keep buzzing about? Bees call it nectar, means sweet juices from flowers, convert it. into honey and store it in their hive. Flower and their nectar may be available only for a part of the year, so bees store this nectar for their use all through the year. When we find such a beehive, we collect the food stored by the bees as honey. Beehive. Next, what do animals eat? Do you have cattle or pet that you take care of? A dog, cat, buffalo, or a goat? You will then surely be aware of the foods the animals eat. What about other animals? Have you ever observed what a squirrel, pigeon, lizard, or a small insect may be eating as their food? A squirrel eating nuts. Next, activity 6. Several animals are listed in table 1.5. For some of them, the type of food they. Table 1.5, animals and their foods. Name of the animals, food the animals eats. Buffalo, grass, oil cake, hay, grains. Cat, small animals, birds, milk. Next, rat, lion, tiger, spider, house lizard, cow, human beings, butterfly, cow, crow, and others. Comment this. It is also given fill in the blanks in the table. Next, activity 7. Have a look again at table 1.5 and group the animals entered here as follows. Place animals which eat only plants or plant products in group 1. These are called herbivorous. There are some animals which eat other animals. Place these in group 2. These animals are called carnivorous. Do you find some animals which eat both plants and animals? Place them in group 3. These are called omnivorous. Prepare a table as in table 1.6 and enter this separately in the 3 columns as shown as herbivorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous. Herbivorous means cow, carnivorous lion, and omnivorous dogs. Next, comment this. But we want to know where you would place human beings while filling table 1.6. We know that there are many among us who do not get sufficient food. We need to find ways by which more food can be produced in the country. That will not be enough. We will need to find ways to ensure that this food is made easily available to each one of us. Keywords: ingredients, edible, nectar, sprouted seeds, herbivore, carnivore, and omnivore. Next, summary. There is a lot of variation of the food eaten in different regions of India. The main source of our foods are plants and animals. Animals which eat only plants are called herbivores. Animals which eat only animals are called carnivores. Animals which eat both plants as well as other animals called omnivores. Next, exercises. Comment this. Suggest as project and activities. You must have seen a garden lizard around your home. Next time, whenever you see it, observe carefully and find out what it takes for food. Is the food different from that of a house lizard? 2. Make a list with picture when possible of food items generally taken by people of different regions of India. Place this on a large outline map of India to display in our classroom. 3. Find out the name of plants that grow in water and which are written as food. 4. In the chapter 10, you will find out ways of measuring length of curved lines. In your mathematics class, you will learn to prepare bar graphs. After you learn this, try the following interesting project. Prepare some sprouts of beans as discussed in the chapter. Wash them in water every day and drain all the water. Let them grow for a week until the whole of the seeds grow into young plants. Measure the length of the sprouts every day using a string. Take care that they do not break. Prepare a bar graph of the numbers of sprouts having length in different ranges. Do you find that all living beings need the same kind of food? Comment this. To name 5 plants and their parts that we eat? Comment this. 3. Match the item given in column A and column B. Comment this. Milk, curd, paneer, ghee, spinach, cauliflower, carrot, lion or tigers, herbivores, eat other animals, eat plants and plant products, or vegetables are all animal product. Next, fill up the blanks with the word given. Herbivore, plant, milk, sugar cane, carnivore. Tiger is a dash because it eats only meat. Comment this. Deer eats only plants product and so is called. Comment this. See, parrot eats only dash product. Comment this. The dash that we drink, which come from cows, buffaloes and goats, is an animal product. Comment this. We get sugar from dash. Comment this. Things to think about. 1. Does everyone around you get enough food to eat? If not, why? 2. What are the ways we can think of avoid wastage of food?